Hello. Hello.
Hi. Wait.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Oh.
Here. Yes. Hi.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Hello.
Yes.
In and out.
And there
Take out.
you are, and there you are, and there you are. Yes. Hi.
We're all here.
Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, we're back. Welcome to season 11 of Rivals of Waterdeep. I'm very excited. I'm sorry. My name's Eugenio. You might know me as DM Jazzy Hands, formerly and soon again, I'm sure, as Kent, one of the newest Rivals of Waterdeep. But this season, I'm one of your co-DMs, and I am very excited about it. Who am I co-DMing with down there?
Oh, hi. I'm Brian, aka Urban Bohemian. I am also co-DMing, and I am also very excited. Wait, you said all those things. That is not fair to me.
That's how we roll. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. But it's not just us doing the thing. We have some other people here with us, right?
I sure hope so. We're funny, but not that funny.
Okay.
Should we go around and introduce those people?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's start with Shaka.
Hey everybody, my name's Shareef, he, him, and I'll be playing Shaka, Tiefling Celestial Warlock, and it feels good to say that again for season 11. Let's go.
Heck yeah. Clockwise, because I'm not a monster. Dahani.
Hey, it's me. Hi, I'm LaTia, she, her, and I'm playing everybody's favorite murder bird, Dahani, whose pronouns are also she, her. I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, me too. Continuing clockwise, who's that? Gazzrik.
Hey guys, it's me, Masood. I play Gazzrik Nomrad, your standard businessman druid who studies socialism for far too long, and is excited to be back and playing and on this end of the table. Oh, it feels good. I'm really nervous for whatever's coming my way, but that's I can't wait for it. I'm excited. It is nice to be back.
Yeah. It's a nice new look you got going on too.
Oh, thank you. Just a simple mustache. I decided to look like my dad, and I'm gonna ride it for a little bit.
Perfect.
Not use those two things in the same.
Yeah. Last but most certainly not least, Celise.
Hello, I'm Selise playing Tanya DePass.
Yep, that's a move.
Her pronouns are she, her, as well as mine, and I don't. Selise has had a time of it since last season, so you're gonna find out what she's been up to soon.
I can't wait.
No, I absolutely can't wait. And I forgot to say, yeah, I guess my pronouns are he, him. As DMs will be multiple pronoun names, voices, places, things.
That.
Yeah.
What do we do next? I think next we toss it to Shareef for some ads, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Great.
Yeah. So let's do those wonderful ad reads that Shareef has to bring up, but he does know the first one that he does not have to bring up, which is D&D Beyond, y'all. We use it for our character sheets, our dice rolling, looking up spells, making up NPCs. I haven't used the encounter tracker or combat stuff, but I know that they have that as well. So make sure to check them out at dndbeyond.com. And if you are listening to the show live, which is every Sunday, at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll have giveaways for D&D Beyond as well. So make sure that you look for the code words that pop up in the chat, enter those in, must be present to win, and you'll be able to get some great stuff there from D&D Beyond. So check them out. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning. All right, our dice trays and vaults are provided by Wyrmwood. That's WYRM Wood. Check them out at Wyrmwood Gaming, and use the code RIVALS there for free domestic shipping on your wood trinkets there. Also, what goes inside of those? Die Hard Dice. We're proud to be sponsored by Die Hard Dice as well. Check them out at dieharddice.com and use the code RIVALS for free domestic for 10% off. As Eugenio shows off his nice. And also, if you like minis in your campaign, make sure to check out Eldritch Foundry at eldritch-foundry.com and use the code RIVALSDND for 10% off of your order. If you'd like to adorn your place with some awesome geekish swag, like the mug that every episode last season that like Masood had something different going on with, make sure to check out Stormcrow at shop.stormcrow.com.
It's literally in my washer because I drank tea out of it last night, and it was decaffeinated tea, but it still said caffeine activated when it was filled with hot. It's an amazing mug. Go get one for yourself. I use it so much.
Yeah, no, I actually like that. So it's decaf, but it was caffeinated.
Yeah.
That is such mind blowing. Yeah, and if you want to sound so silky smooth like the Rivals crew, make sure to check out Blue Microphones. Our link is crew.bluemic.com/rivals. And we will get any some credit if you make any purchases at that link. And today we are giving out an awesome mic and webcam bundle from Blue Microphone. So make sure to look out for that as it comes up in the chat. Enter that, win that, and as I said, sound so silky smooth and look also silky look. I guess so, maybe. Yeah, and we are also partnered with Idle Champions. Our murder bird Dahani has been added to the roster, slot 1, right up in the front. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to experience this awesome debuff like mechanic of painting enemies, make sure to go to Idle Champions. It's available on everything. And if you type exclamation point code in the chat, you'll get an Electrum chest. And if you play the Harvest Tide campaign, you will get the honey. So make sure to check that out along with Celise and Shaka, who were previously added in the game as well. And if you play Warriors of Waterdeep, make sure to type exclamation point WoW gems to get some free gems in game every week. So make sure to check that out, and that is available on your mobile devices. And that's it.
All right. Thank you for that. I believe the next thing is arguably the most important thing. Am I right?
No, it is. We cannot proceed without this next thing.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like we should shake it up. Should somebody else do? No, I'm just kidding. LaTia, it's time for the thing. Yeah, oh my God.
I was like, yes. Oh, we go. Okay.
No. Like I should have put it on before I put my headphones on.
No,
it's perfect this way.
The reveal.
It looks amazing. I mean, your AC has gone up.
No, I wish somebody get me a whoosh hat, please. Yeah. But no, this is just symbolic.
Nice.
So, if you're new here, I need you all to warm up your whooshing hands, your whooshing wrists, your whooshing shoulders, because it's time to get into the first episode of Rivals of Waterdeep Season 11. But first, we got to talk about what happened before. So, previously on Rivals of Waterdeep.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, it's so good to be back.
Fill the chat with a whoosh. Oh my gosh.
There they go.
I love that.
Oh, it's so good.
Go chat, go.
All right. So last season on Rivals of Waterdeep, we'll do a quick little summary, because then we have more to tell you about since last you saw the Rivals. But last season, our very own Masood led us through quite the trip down memory lane for many of the Rivals. We met Ziraj, Celise's erstwhile long time ago enemy, friend, then enemy, then all kinds of things. We met Ziraj's daughter, fought with Ziraj's daughter. We ran into trouble with all sorts of old contacts, the Castellanters and some nobles in Waterdeep, all sorts of other things. We were sent on a bit of a mulligan chase to find mysterious components, the uses of which were questionable by the time we collected them all.
Damn it, Mert. Damn it, Mert.
Damn it, Mert.
Right.
Damn it, Mert.
Some of the wine was used for its intended purpose.
That's true. That's true. that one was on us. We decided to get 2 bottles. That's on us. But we collected all the things. We ran around the city trying to figure out what in the hell was going on. Virgil, you took all the things and did some magic there underneath the city.
There was like some magic, some like stormy stuff. It was a really awesome fight, like an amazing fight. And
we got a gold dragon egg out of it.
Yeah, we got a gold dragon egg out of it, but that wasn't the absolute kicker.
Nope.
The kicker was, okay, we thought, yay, happily ever after, let's go home. Wait, where's our house? Our house is somewhere else now. And oh my goodness, wait, it went to Avernus. Actually, it was a whole thing. There was a whole crowd. Everybody was out there taking like the water Davian version of self, like, TikToks and stuff. It's great. But we went and yeah, we went, and in I gotta say, a bold stroke. I was extremely impressed and probably like fell off camera a few times. Masood brought back an enemy in the most musical and amazing of styles.
Yes.
It was indeed Grotz all along. If anybody wants Catherine Hahn out there, let her know that she probably has a good cameo as Grotz in her future, because I'm ready for it.
Mhm.
And
that I can be an excellent understudy. They've given me
Yes.
Thank you.
True. I mean, you wrote the role. It'd be a little bit ego of you to actually take the role. Or would it? I don't judge. Okay. And we did have indeed yet another epic battle. I mean, it was good. Grotz was good. Hot. I mean, no, it was good.
Also, it was a tough fight.
Good. Also, it was a tough fight. And we managed to defeat, after like turned everything into glass and did like shiny and teleporty and layer attacks. And I got to read up on layer attacks because that was so cool. Yeah. And we ended up more or less kicking the snot out of him after a lot, and heading home and getting our home back. The dragon helped. We got some lovely words of encouragement from the dragon. It was a very nice moment. I thought it was a very nice moment for Shaka. It was really great. And yeah.
And that's sort of where we left season 10. We had returned to Trollskull. I suppose it should be pointed out that that first return to Trollskull, or return to Waterdeep rather, was sans a few people, but that's okay. That got taken care of, and that's where we left season 10. We begin season 11, and it has been a year since we left the Rivals last. A year since Trollskull Manor was swallowed up by Avernus. A year since Grotz. A year since Mert and Omen Drawn and Arnea and the Gold Dragon Scale.
And the other Rivals have been busy, of course, but it's been a peaceful busy, a rebuilding busy. Literally, I mean, parts of Trollskull Manor needed to be rebuilt and repaired, as did some spots around the city that took some collateral damage during our season 10 escapades. And more figuratively, building the city government of Waterdeep has been rebuilt now that Omen Drawn and his associates have been removed from the Mass Lords and various other government positions. Their replacements are a secret, but rumors abound regarding the identities of the new Waterdavian counselors.
Now, for their part, the Rivals have had a hand in most of this rebuilding. At the request of the Open Lord of Waterdeep herself, Laeral Silverhand, they've become advisors and protectors of Waterdeep, working directly with her to keep the city safe and prospering. And the truth is, whether they know it or not, or maybe they do know it, but whether they like it or not, the Rivals are a big fucking deal. Brian and Duo now have to spend a good deal of their time, not all of it, but a good chunk of their time fielding messages from fans and admirers. Business at Trollskull, some certain of us will be thrilled to hear, has been booming with the new notoriety. In fact, Trollskull Manor is about to play host to what some are calling the biggest event of the season, maybe the whole year. But we'll get to that in a minute. Before we get to that, we have to find out what our Rivals have been up to for these last 12 months. I can't wait to find out myself, and that's not a DM lie. I'm actually very excited to find out what you all have been up to.
Yeah, because we didn't write that, so yeah.
Right. At all.
Let's see. Looking around, we start with? Actually, let's start with Gazzrik.
Okay, I love it. Cool. Gazzrik, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you might have started? Once we got you back, what were you up to like this past year?
I think once Gazzrik got back from Avernus, instantly, first off, got matching tattoos with Eric for their journey that they'll never forget. And then proceeded to check in about the shop, just see what everything's been going on, and sort of like actually now going through all of the licensing, all the stuff that had somehow intertwined Rivals with Acquisitions Incorporated, and sort of really trying to like undo that business to like really keep them separated and be more mindful on his end, because that, however it happened under his watch. And I think beyond that, working on a little private project of his own, like sort of, Gazzrik's been in jail too much of his time. And he has resolved to make himself a personal panic button. And the idea of the notion of like, at any point, he can come back to Trollskull Manor by using whatever this artifact is. And that's his big idea. Like a lot of things with Gazzrik, big ideas versus small details are some things he gets jammed up on. So I think he's, been working with people. I don't know who exactly, but work with whoever you could find on that.
Like it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Well, let's think about who maybe Gazzrik could have been working with. I mean, you're trying to create something to get you back to Trollskull, so something magical.
Yeah.
Is it something? I mean, certainly the Open Lord, who you work directly with, is a powerful caster,
right?
Or if you wanted something a little more sort of mechanical, maybe you went back to the Temple of Gond to do something a little bit in that way. Maybe there's a different temple that you went to. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think Gazzrik can trust Laryl yet. And not that like it's that he doesn't, but he hasn't, maybe over this years learning to do business with her. But I think particularly after Acquisitions Incorporated, like this is a private project. And I think sort of like maybe finding it out through whatever means. I can't remember, but there was the name of the artificer who introduced in season 9. Zephyr, yes. And maybe perhaps reaching out to him in some capacity and like working on the idea. Like really, this is to him, it's like it is a panic button. So whatever that can be in a capacity, if it like has to recharge afterwards, that's another thing. But like at the very least, he wants to have that on him.
Okay, all right, I like that. Anything from you?
I don't.
I'm
wow.
Here.
Okay, I'm just saying.
What are you looking at down there?
It's fine. No, reaching out to Zephyr sounds good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Zephyr, as awesome as Zephyr is, would probably have steered you into something with a more magical bent.
Sure.
Because while he thought it was really cool to fix up Brian, this is magic that's a bit outside of his sphere. So
what do? But it's a magical artifact. I do stuff as a druid. I'm the conduit, so I can't. I'm sorry. I just don't understand the mechanics of it.
Well, no. I mean, what you want sounds great. It's just that's a little. I feel like that's a lot bigger than something that I've built. I mean, okay. I can certainly check. I can check with my trainers and with my masters here. But
you don't have to talk to anyone else about it. Is there someone I can talk to about it? Perhaps that you could recommend. Not that it's a matter of trust. It's a circle that I'm trying to keep tight.
Okay. So not telling anyone. Then I guess I would I would suggest that you seek out. Right, they may be able to help. Their name is Zune. And I'd suggest that maybe you seek out Zune, and maybe they can help with the bigger, like the big brain magic type thing.
One name, Zune.
Zune.
That's kind of a powerful move. Just like no first last, just Zune. Dang. Okay. Where are they in Waterdeep? Where did they preside?
Yeah. So so
Look at him out.
I know, I love it. So you find out a little bit about Zune. Zune is one of the leaders of the Watchful Order of Mages. Which is the they're the casters guild in Waterdeep. Technically, anyone who can cast spells is sort of supposed to register with them. I don't know necessarily that all of us have, but they, what are they going to do about that exactly?
Right.
We have the support of the Open Lord, but this is someone there. So there, you realize, Gazzrik, that this person is almost certainly powerful enough to do what you want. But also is going to be fun to deal with, since he knows that you aren't registered and you know that he can't do anything about it.
I think Gazzrik probably does a little. I'd love to. Can I do like research on him? Can I make a roll, like an investigate? I want to know maybe if I can find out. Yeah, Gazzrik doesn't want to. Truly, since being blindsided, it's like I want to be prepared. Let's see.
What do you think?
What are you trying to
investigation history? What are you trying to find out? Yeah.
What are you trying to find out?
I don't think I know anything about him, so I don't know if it would be any history for himself. Just like really like doing investigations from other casters who might like have to work with him, like do sort of who are his subordinates, and like sort of understand how does he engage with them.
Yeah, what do you think? Investigation sound good to you?
Yeah, if you're trying to get that kind of skinny, yeah.
I preemptively rolled one in the chat while we were chatting, and I'm gonna honor it. It's an 11. It's a 3 + 8. It's an 11.
I mean, you know who he is. You find out who he is.
Yeah.
He is high enough up in the order that and Laryl and all of you have been pretty eyes open for more of like Omen and his associates sort of screwing with stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing, you have not to this point, whether through investigation here or anything else that's come before, you've not noticed anything like sinister coming out of the Watchful Order. They're bureaucrats.
Yeah.
But nothing sinister.
That's sometimes sinister enough. I think Gazzrik then tries to set an appointment because he knows how they work, and like it sees, and I imagine that might not be the fastest thing as well. Like it's like, I'm gonna have to set an appointment 2 months from now, which is like probably what happens in this year, is like just waiting to find time for Zune. And also I will ask you, within the year, because of who I am, do I make it to the top of his calendar, or is it something that's like, no, you're gonna have to wait like 6 months? And it's like, oh, okay, all right, I see this.
No, I would imagine that you based on the city's opinion of the rivals, your request has been noticed.
Okay.
It has risen to near the top of the appointment calendar. Perhaps you may have to deal with subordinate first. But yeah, you're in there. You're in there.
Okay. I think you see Gazzrik just sort of like in the waiting room, bouncing his foot, just like, ready to go in.
Great.
All right.
And I think, I don't know, do you want to play out that scene? Do you want to?
I'd love to. Yeah. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
All right. Okay. Oh wait, I don't have a voice for those. All right.
What, you think I have any voices planned except
Do all the
do
voices. Okay. So yeah, you're actually not really waiting too long. It's a very, they've had you in, perhaps you are more nervous and making it more of a thing than it is for them.
Yeah.
For them, it seems fairly routine. Someone simply comes and says, Gazzrik.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can go through now.
Terrific.
And
do I carry my coffee with me along the way, or do I leave it?
I would leave that here.
Cool. Terrific. Don't know the house rules. Awesome.
It's okay. There's a lot. It's okay.
Okay.
And they lead you to Zune's essentially what is more or less an office, and you're ushered through. No knock, just wander on in, and yeah, that's it. Zune is sitting at the desk, looking over papers, looking through books, rifling through. It's basically like stacks of stuff, bookshelves. It's great. And he's there, and he's staring at you.
Oh, hello. Is this the right time? I assume.
Are you Gazzrik?
Yes, hello. Hi, Gazzrik Nomrad. Nice to meet you. Zune?
Yes.
Just Mr. Zune? Just Zune? No one said otherwise.
I understand. This is probably a lot for you. I understand.
Sure.
But,
I just cool.
Zune is fine.
Okay.
Zune is fine. So what is it that, and he actually he looks outside the window, looks at the time of day, looks at some things on the desk. What did you need?
Not so much about what I need, but how are you, man? It's nice to meet you. What's your deal? You got any siblings? What's going on?
I was led to understand that this is not a social engagement. This is not a social encounter. I thought that you perhaps needed some insight, some advice, or perhaps some aid in crafting something of a magical nature. If that is not the case, then I have other things I need to get to.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'd like to get to know people before doing business with them. And it's my own thing. But you know what? You come very highly recommended. I honestly, I should have been. I think you and I both know I should have been around much sooner than this. But it is still nice to meet you. So here's a little thing about me. I keep winding up in jail, and I don't want that to happen anymore. And it's like I'm not even doing this. Last time, did nothing. Truly walked into a bar, got the crime pinned on me, and I don't need immunity for a charge. Like I'll face my punishment. I've done my time once, but I don't want to be caught. Blindsided again.
So you're more seeking a way that should you find yourself in a situation like this, you essentially have an out.
Yes. I know that some casters use a spell like a dimension door or something like that. I've been doing a little bit of research. Being of the school of magic that I am, I do not have access to it. But I would like something, no matter what plane, no matter what distance, could get me back to Trollskull Manor. Ideally, I'd like it to be travel size, and I could carry it on my person in a hidden fashion. But yeah.
All right. Zuna stopped listening to you about. He's stopped listening to you about 90 seconds ago, and he's reaching for a drawer, and he pulls out a box, and you may notice there is actually a G written on a note on top, and he hands it to you. Here, I think this is what you need. It seemed like, from what I heard, you didn't want this to be too public. Is that correct?
Can I make an insight check right now?
You may.
Okay. Okay, 21.
Oh.
He is being 100% legit with you.
Wow.
He also is maybe a little tired of you.
He's just met me. Incredible.
Message.
It's not personal. With a 21, it's not personal.
It's really not personal. No, it's not personal.
Yeah.
No. Okay, this guy's busy. He deals with a lot. And I think Gazzrik is just astounded. Like, wow. Thank you. How much do I owe you? What's the amount? I've got a couple gold dragons here, and like takes out a pouch of his. Yeah.
I honestly, I've seen your name. I saw when you wanted to meet with me. I made very subtle inquiries about what you might want, and I just figured it was perhaps best for all involved in Waterdeep if this was something that you and your compatriots had access to.
I opened the box.
What you see inside is It is a small, it's a small wooden charm, dark wood, stained, burnished, but in the top has been like wood burned, what appears to look like an ice spider.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
And underneath it, there are instructions for using it, for attuning it, and any other questions he assumes you might have, because he's got a day.
This is very thorough. Thank you. Wow. Are you sure I can't give you money for
Yes,
this?
thank you.
Are you
it's been
positive?
wonderful. It really has been wonderful talking to you. I have things. If you know the way in, somebody
Yes,
will show you the way out.
I'll find the way out. And
do make sure that you collect your coffee and toss it. We have a lot of people who leave it out there, and it's bad. So
thank you for asking. See, I honestly had a feeling about this, and you know what, Zun? I appreciate this so much, and this is good. You didn't take my money, because now I owe you a favor. Later you can cash up on it. We'll grab dinner next week, and Gazzrik's like talking.
Okay, I don't know about this.
Door.
It's like,
Pushing out the door.
You feel a legit tugging at feel legit tugging at your back. There's no one back there, but you feel yourself being tugged out of the office.
I know a mage.
Love a caster. Yeah. I love it. Gazzrik, just so that you know, there are some things that you have to do with the charm to attune it to Troll Skull, so that's where you will return to. And then this presumably Zun could recharge it, but it is a one-time use thing. It'll take you and up to, I'm gonna get this wrong, I think it's you and up to 7 other people. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's right. If it's wrong, I'll let you know. But you can use it. Basically, it is that token contains a word of recall spell that can grab you and 7 other people and will return you from wherever you are to Troll Skull. It's a one-way trip, and if you want to use it again, Zun will it will have to get recharged. Right. But in a tough situation, it'll get you home.
Heck yeah! I'm marking that down.
All right.
Inventory.
So, Gazzrik spent much of his year trying to get in, and then finally getting in with Zun, attuning the item to Troll Skull. And of course, that wasn't all Gazzrik did. Gazzrik was also, merchandising and doing all the other things that Gazzrik does, right?
The revamp and the new customer service is really where most of the day goes. And then when time comes up. Yeah.
Of course. So sorry, was that somebody? No? All right. So as we see Gazzrik, shuffling about and working on the rebrand of all of the merch, we pan over and we have a little look back at what Shaka has been up to for the past year. Shaka, what's your big project? Where would you like to start in your recap of your last 12 months or so?
Yeah. So I think in terms of like the immediate sense of what he would do, I would say maybe in the first few months or few weeks to few months is he's not confident that Troll Skull Manor is truly back to where it was. I mean, Gratz had essentially turned it into a lair, when it was in Avernus. So I think he's spending the next the first kind of few weeks to months doing a very extensive nook and cranny arcana check of everything under the guise, especially to Duo, that he is helping to clean up, take that spot now that Rin is, we're pretty convinced is happy in Revel's End, and we don't need to go grab him. That's like kind of the immediate things that he's really trying to do, like a 100% turnover of every little nook and cranny of the basements, trying to figure out anything we could do about this portal that we've had in the side room for like a few seasons. He's I imagine maybe running into some friction because he's trying to go into the rivals' rooms as well and do this turnover. Maybe while they're in there, maybe while they're not. He's being a little invasive, a little on edge about it.
Like a narc.
Allegedly like a narc.
Yeah. Well, hey, look,
Yeah.
a protective and cautious one at
Yeah.
the very least. Yeah, and I think it's exactly like you said. Like you're really taking care in time, so it does take a while to really sort of scrub Troll Skull, and it takes a little longer because there are little bits of Avernus that sort of came back with it, even if it's just little like bits of stone or whatever that came back. But you do keep finding little traces of Avernus that you're able to excise from the manor, but it takes time because some of them are hidden, and some of them have you've removed them now, but some of them had managed to sort of creep into the masonry of the building itself. Having the whole building in hell, even for that relatively short amount of time, kind of did some weird things. One of the weird things it did, since you mentioned it, is that portal. That portal is now kind of unstable. You know how you don't want to put like a portable hole in a bag of holding because dimensional portals and interdimensional spaces are not great. A similar thing happened, not quite so explosively, but when the whole building, portal included, went to Avernus, suddenly you had a portal to Avernus in Avernus, and it got kind of confused. So the portal's real unstable now. It hasn't yet grown, much bigger, but it does. The size fluctuates a little bit. Sometimes it's closed altogether. And sometimes it's very much not. It doesn't look like anything is guiding this portal's weirdness. It's just, it got kind of messed up when the whole building was taken. I think as you're checking out rooms, since this is particularly one of the first things that you do early on in this year, I think you go up to Kent and Virgil's room, and Kent has been, comes back and is spending a lot of time cleaning the Avernus dust out of all of his things. So he's up there. And he startles as you. Oh, gods, Shaka! You're not even a rogue. How are you so quiet?
It's all right. Just making sure we're safe. Do you mind if I look over here? And I immediately start looking over to wherever I'm pointing to, some corner.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've done a check of people's personal rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. So Virgil says, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm Kent. Kent says, see, I'm already forgetting. Kent sort of says, yeah, I mean, I don't think I could stop you if I wanted to. And frankly, I've had my fill of hell. So sure, go for it. Don't mind the, you know what, don't worry about it. Yeah, have a look.
Yeah. So I'm looking through, and like I'm just like, did you notice anything weird when you got back? Anything seemed out of place? Any different feelings, sense, did your senses sense anything that was different about this room when you got back?
As Kent answers, he's kind of going ahead of you everywhere, and every now and again you'll just see him with a new like personal item in his hand, and you have no idea where it came from, but clearly he has hiding spots all over this room. And so he's just going in front of you and sort of pulling things out of hiding spots. And he shows them to you. He's not trying to hide them from you. He just doesn't want you to know where his spots are. And he says, no, I mean, the dust smells terrible. And he holds up one of his robes that just like is still giving off, brimstone fumes. Smells terrible. But other than that, no, not really. Have you found anything yet?
No, not yet, but I'm nervous about us staying here until it's all checked out. I mean, it's weird because we're obviously doing well. But I guess I just, I don't know. I want to make sure Gratz is really gone. Like he's played the long game on us, and I don't know. Is he sadistic enough to make it even after we defeated him? He still planted some kind of trap or trick or something to bother us even after he's gone. And then maybe there's a trick after that's gone. And then maybe that triggers another one and then another one.
And just it's tricks all the way down. Yep. Mm-hmm. And as he's saying, like, he's being very sort of flippant about it and having fun, but you definitely notice that he reaches up and he pulls the soul trinket that he took from Grodst in the shape of Grotz's sword. He just pulls, that hadn't occurred to him. So he just pulls it out of his ear, because if you remember, he had bent it into a little curve and stuck it
the earring,
as an earring. So he just takes that out, and sort of sets it down on a bedside table, looks around, takes an empty water glass and like upturns it on top of it, and just goes, yeah, we should definitely, Gratz is a tricky one. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you looked under your bed since you've been back?
Yes.
Okay, I'm halfway under your bed.
What do you find under there?
I can roll if you want me to see if I actually get under there.
Give us perception or investigation. Oh, I love that too. That's funny. Yeah, give us a roll. Virgil, what does Shaka find under our bed?
Wow. Let's see. Oh, whatever he finds. It's mostly books from Virgil that, because he's awful and just throws them under the bed in the middle of the night. And that's why he never finishes the same one. So he'll find some books and probably dust and anything else left behind that we are unaware of.
Oh, damn. With the 23, I also think you find a couple of hidden daggers that Kent forgot to get out, that are very cleverly, like one is underneath the baseboards of the bed and the other is underneath like a loose board in the floor.
Oh.
Neither of them are like particularly accessible, so it's very confusing why Kent would choose here to hide them unless he had some very specific scenarios in mind.
Yeah, like this very one. Yeah,
I guess
he predicted
so.
this very one.
Nobody can predict a nosy tiefling under your bed, honestly.
Yeah, nosy tiefling under your bed. All right. Yeah. So I would actually I would shout from under the bed. Are these your daggers? Do you remember leaving any daggers down here?
Yes, those are mine.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, somebody didn't leave them, Gratz didn't leave them or something like that. Okay, well, everything in here looks pretty good. There's some books and stuff, but everything in here looks fine.
I told you, the books, pick them up.
Yeah, there's lots of books down here, actually. Little library down here. Okay, well, sorry to
no.
Hey, when are you next? You got any trips planned?
Yeah, I think we might need to head out for a little while. I'll be honest with you. I was not expecting our pasts to come into play during everything that happened. But I think maybe we should just go check on things at home.
You're gonna go back there with your. It sounded like you had a reputation. I don't know how truthful Arnea was, but it sounds like you kind of escaped from. Well, like not escape, but you left there because of that reputation.
Yeah, I mean, she hopefully exaggerated a little, but I don't think they're going to be throwing any parades for us back there, which is a real shame because I have a new outfit that would be, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be, we have contacts, let's say, and we just want to go, honestly, we just want to check and make sure that everyone is okay, that, nothing got back that far. So we aren't going to stay long. We'll be back before you know it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
But hey, I appreciate you asking, Shaka. I know we haven't had a ton of one-on-one time since I met y'all in Revel's End. I do that every time. Revel's End. But thanks for asking. And you know what? When we get back, maybe I'll tell you the story.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear it from you and Virgil for sure. Gotta just make sure. Hey, do you leave your door unlocked when you leave?
Well, we're not going to now. No disrespect, but that was a leading question.
Well, I just, it's a little awkward for me to look around here when you're in here, right? So I figured maybe I could do a more thorough check when you leave. That's all.
You see Kent sort of think it over, and then like this giant smile appears on his face, and it takes a minute to feel like it's like genuine. But then it is, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to check with Virgil, but yeah, I think we can leave the door unlocked for you.
Yeah, or just like make me a. Do these rooms have lock? I assuming they have locks
We
on
just
them.
put a
Kinda
chair underneath the handle. I don't know.
Just like a
Great.
school. This is like a school desk chair under there.
Yeah. I love that.
Okay.
All right. So, and you continue to check, but I want to see, since this won't take the whole year, if there are other big things that you want to in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I think the other like kind of big overarching thing that Shaka has been really struggling with is, he went through a lot changing patrons, right? Once he kind of found out that he was being deceived. And he's kind of had this thought like, hey, I can't be the only one out here that has had this happen to me, right? Like I can't be the only warlock that has been lied to, right? Not only by the Xanathar, but by other false prophets out there. So he is, when he's not, being an annoying room searcher, he's taking these like journeys out to find other warlocks that, like I'm sure there's rumors and like tales out there about warlocks that have either complained about their current order or said that they felt like something was wrong. So he's trying to go out there and find other warlocks to help them through this process and to, and to help them excise themselves from, false prophet.
Yeah, I like that. Will you make me 3? I'm going to say investigation, but if you want to pick a different skill, talk to me about it. But I want 3 investigation checks just to see what you're able to find.
Sure. Okay. 2. All right. 10.
Starting off strong.
A 24.
Hey, that's
nice. And a 26.
Hell yeah. Okay, absolutely. So the search starts off with a lot of dead ends. And I think your other 2 were so good that I think what you realize from that is that something happened to the Xanathar and the Xanathar's organization since last you really paid attention. It seems like the Xanathar has sort of pulled back a little because you have a hard time at first finding not just warlocks, but sort of much of anything regarding the Xanathar. And as you begin to dig a little deeper, you start to put some things together, and you think that maybe with the disappearance of Grotst, somehow the Xanathar was connected to Grotst, or maybe Grotst was tricking the Xanathar too, or something. But it seems as if the Xanathar has sort of retreated a bit to consolidate lost power in some sort of way, is what you're getting from all of this. That said, you hear tell of a couple, maybe 3 people that seem like maybe they were tricked as well, like you were, and are either are or were warlocks of the Xanathar, but you can't find any of them. 2 of them were supposed to also be here in Waterdeep, but you've just, even with those great rolls, you find no sign of them here or where they might have gone. You are able to find a few outposts and I don't know, hiding places, safe houses, whatever, that you can sort of deal with as you desire, whether you want to break them up or whatever. But you just can't get a good bead on those warlocks of the Xanathar. But you are able to do some damage if you so desire to sort of the Xanathar's organization here in Waterdeep, because there's so little of it, and so it wouldn't take much even for you by yourself. You could bring other rivals, but even for you by yourself at this point, it's easy enough for you to sort of take down those little outposts and safe houses if you want.
I would definitely want to do some of that, but more importantly, I'd want to if I can't find anybody, I'd want to put the word out that come to me if this is something that you want some assistance with, So
I love that.
Advertising.
Yeah. Oh, Gazzrik will help you with that.
Oh dear.
I love it. About Xan warlocks. Great. Okay. All right. So Shaka's been busy cleaning up Troll Skull and cleaning up Waterdeep. I love it. Next up, I think we want to find out what our good murder burb has been up to.
All murder all the time.
All murder. There's no one left in a 6-block radius around Troll Skull.
Nightmare. Oh dear. Okay. All right.
I love it. All right, Dahani, tell us how the murder spree starts.
No, there's no murder. So the very first thing that Dahani does when she comes back, because like the manor is in pieces, the Brian is the brain in a jar in a body is in pieces. She takes Brian the brain in a jar in a body to the Temple of Gond.
Ah, okay.
To Zephyr. And kind of very unceremoniously just kind of like chucks Brian's body. Like, no, she's nicer about it than that. But she requests help from the temple to fix Brian because like both Brian and Duo were kind of innocent victims in all of this. And like she kind of like it's part of her process to get Troll Skull Manor back to how it was.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, Zephyr created the bot or helped create the body in the first place, right? So you know, very much point of pride. Oh, we have stress tested the body to its limits. Let's make it better than it was before.
Yes.
So yeah, very into that, very much into that. And I think, for what it's worth, I think he also tells Dahani, you know, this is as Zephyr sort of reads the city in the room, sort of says, you know, if any of the other rivals ever need help with anything that I might be able to assist with, please let them know. And we cut to a little flash of Gazzrik getting there and Zephyr in his head being like, this is not what I meant when I told Dahani to tell the rivals.
Yeah.
This is not.
But in addition to this, like she's with the money she got from the Castellaners last season, she actually puts a little bit of, you know, a very generous donation to the temple to kind of upgrade his body. But also she becomes very interested in the process and like helps a little. And
I love that.
Yeah.
So will you make me a
S?
I'll let you pick. I would say either investigation or arcana.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I have bonuses in neither of them.
Oh, good. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Excellent. The 4.
Okay. At first, you know, you want to be involved and, you know, Zephyr hands you like a tool to hold and just drops inside Brian's brain tank. And yeah, it gets better, but I just wanted that little, I wanted to see how quickly Dahani took to it. But, you know, with some patience and on Zephyr's part, to be clear, you sort of see, I think you get to know the basics of how Brian is constructed. Is that, how deep does Dahani want to go with us?
That is a feat only.
Great. Okay, I love that. I love that.
Mechanically, she has taken the Artificer Initiate feat.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. And I think after that first thing, you know, it takes Zephyr a little while to be like, yes, you can learn by standing. And he points across the room. And then like every day that you work on it, like you can come a few steps closer until finally, you know, you're holding tools again. And eventually, you know, once the nerves get out, I mean, Dahani is a perfectly capable and intelligent burb. So, well, you know, average person's intelligence. Yeah. I love it. And he begins, remind me Zephyr's pronouns.
Oh, he, they.
They. Okay, great. So they begin to sort of realize that actually, you know, it was a mistake that first time, and begin to sort of teach you a little bit. What can I ask? You don't have to answer if you want to keep this mystery. But what spell do you learn?
So I took. She learns at the very least how to make minor repairs to Brian should he break.
Great.
So she can mend.
Absolutely.
And the other one is a secret.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we see you master the mending spell and then sort of fade out as Zaraj goes, I mean, not Siraj, Zephyr. Y'all gotta stop naming NPCs with Z's.
Z's. That's a lot of Z's.
We sort of fade out on Zephyr saying, I know the perfect, next difficulty spell to teach you. And they go off to grab some components, and then we fade to black. I love that. What else? Is there anything else we want to do with Brian and Zephyr?
No, not with them. That was probably that was her priority immediately after the aftermath of last season.
I love it.
What she also does is she has to go see the Castellaners because they've been like, we gave you too much money and that was fine, but we're under new management and we need to talk about this. So please come see us. So it's probably maybe even halfway into the year before she even does that because she doesn't like conflict.
Yeah.
This is a conflict she cannot punch away.
Yeah, right. Will you make me a wisdom perception check? And you know what? This will be like over time, so you can have advantage on it.
Oh, nice. Advantage.
See if you notice a little something. Oh, 19. Yeah. Okay. So the longer you wait, the more often you think that you catch sight of a familiar face, just sort of not like spying on you or Troll Skull, but like you notice a certain Baldo Waldo around fairly often. The longer you wait to go talk to the Castellanters, and eventually you kind of get the hint, I think.
Yeah, it's like at one point, like I think it gets to a point where he just like he's at the Manor for breakfast like 3 days in a row, and
I got the best specials here.
Yes. He's not even trying to hide anymore.
No,
He's
and
just,
so I come down for breakfast one day, and he's like, "This is on the third day." It's like, fine, let's go. No, you don't even get to have breakfast. We're going now.
Oh, such a sad bird. Oh, he wanted the breakfast. All right, yeah, absolutely. He grabs a sausage, like leads you out, runs back in, grabs a sausage and runs out. And takes you to the Castellanters. And on the one hand, they've been waiting for and expecting you for some time. But on the other hand, they also aren't really, to be honest, sure like how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you are expecting or wanting out of this. So that probably works in your favor, to be honest, a little bit, because this meeting is a long time coming and also very nebulous. So you're led to the Castellanter estate, and it's what you remember, but certainly has, fresh coat of paint and fewer, infernal
windows.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. And you're greeted and made to wait almost no time at all. There's a flurry of activity, and you are taken in to meet with actually somewhat unexpectedly maybe like a little panel of Castellanters. There are 3 of them in there, and they're sitting at a table on like 3 sides of a table, and there's a seat for you. And you sit down, and they tell you basically that they're thrilled that you're there, and that they are currently the they don't say board of directors. I'm trying to figure out how they describe it, but like clearly the Castellanters have become a bit more of an enterprise now that they've changed, and so this is their governing body for the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they are there to meet with you, and they are. I don't even need you to make an insight check. They're all a little nervous because they don't know what to expect.
Well,
sweat on one of them,
They don't need to make an insight check because neither does she.
Oh, amazing. Great. So there's this moment where you all just sort of sit down, introductions are made, and then just staring. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Awkward drink of water. Wait, I have water. Yeah, exactly. So, excuse me.
Yeah, so I mean, last time
I'm so sorry. Yeah, you go ahead. No. You go.
It's fine.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
So yeah, the last time I was here,
things were different.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
The family was under an influence that was not great.
They all sort of look to each other, and one of them just sort of rolls her eyes and says, yeah, they made deals with devils. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, I have been compensated, and you are no longer making deals with devils?
No. All strictly mortal business dealings now. Well, I think he's mortal. Mostly mortal business dealings. No devils, for sure.
Okay. And I mean, they did ask me to spy on the rivals, and now I am a rival, so I can't really, I'm not feeling it feels really double agenty. I don't want that.
No, and we wouldn't want that. I mean, that's not, we're really trying to rebrand here too, and the spying thing is not great. We would love, though, to continue to partner with you and with the rivals, but sort of more in a more open way,
Okay.
But we also understand that our name is in need of some rehab, and you all are and one of the other Castellaners this time pipes up and goes, blowing up. And the woman that was speaking says, well, yes, not to put too fine a point on it, blowing up. And we understand if maybe there needs to be some distance put, but if you are willing, we would love to continue an above board, public facing, lucrative relationship with the rivals.
Okay. That could work.
They look immensely relieved and happy because they genuinely were not sure.
I mean, yeah, I think that could work. So like a sponsorship or
certainly we can discuss those terms. We there has been some disagreement, and she sort of looks around to the other two board members about exactly the way that we want to rehab the Castellanter name, what area of commerce we would like to enter into. Some of us believe that it is foolish to leave behind the things that we have such experience in and would like to be purveyors of information and possibly protective magics for adventurers such as yourselves, particularly against enemies of the fiendish persuasion. And some of us feel that we should put more distance between ourselves and our former allies. So honestly, right now, we would just love to support you, the rivals, in whatever way makes the most sense for your activities now. And we'll sort of check in every so often and adjust our relationship as is necessary. But we want you to know that we are open to being flexible and exploring this with you. This is, as you sit there, like this is, you feel like you're having a conversation with Gazzrik. It's just business buzzword after business buzzword.
It's a little bit more palatable because, no offense, Gazzrik, but they're on the opposite side of a table and they're not moving closer.
In your ear, you hear Gazzrik like you can bring me. I'm great in the boardroom. I know all the phrase. With a robust suite of activities. That doesn't even mean anything, but look how great it sounds. Robust suite of activity. It's real good.
Exactly. Yeah. So the first thing on Dahani's mind is, I think I want to do this myself.
Sure.
So yeah, Dahani, I'm listening to this and a lot of it is going in one ear and out of the other, but the main keywords are support, like good words and help and, all of the good buzzwords and not any of the business buzzwords.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
So yeah, she says, I think that could be a thing. Give me a minute, some time to think about what I want to do.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I guess I can just come by because Walter has been by the manor like too much. He's great. He's great. Wonderful person, wonderful bird, but
one of the board members looks really confused, and another one leans over and not quietly enough whispers, "She's talking about Baldo."
Nickname. It's a good nickname.
It's a great nickname. But I think that this could be the renewal of a beautiful partnership.
We look forward to assisting the rivals and you in your future endeavors to protect Waterdeep.
Yeah. Also, like, I know that they're gonna like really hate me for saying this, but I understand that like the money that you gave me was like back pay. We'll talk about that. I'm keeping it.
Yeah, there it is. That, like, they all look nervous. Two of them look almost excited until you say that, and then they're like, "Oh,
no. I'm keeping it. That was like in hindsight, what y'all were having me do was the family was having me do was pretty nefarious, and reparations and all of that. So.
They're like, there's literally nothing they could say. They're just like, yep, that's yours. Yep.
But yeah, we'll meet again to discuss future contributions.
Yeah. And you do. And so we've made a little note now that, you have the Castellanter's support, and we'll figure out what that means as we go. But that, anything else, Dahani, that you want to toss in real quick for your year? That's a nice productive year.
She throws a birthday party at the manor.
Hell yes. And it's a blowout. And wait, for you or for someone else?
For me, for herself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. In the course of the year, Dahani turns 10.
Oh, happy 10th. Oh, it's 2 digits. What season? 2 whole digits. What season is her birthday in?
Spring.
I love that. I love that.
So in the spring, she throws a big double-digit birthday bash. She's a whole 10, which is like which is basically like the age that I am now. It's like 30 something in human years.
Cool. Just I was like, yeah, they can drink. Just knew it. Like I remember scenes of like wine and sips. I was like, there's going to be a transfer rate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's been an adult the whole time she's been with the rival.
Got it. Makes total sense.
Spring birthday. Love it. Love that. I don't know. I just love the idea of a big blowout party that the rivals are actually throwing themselves.
I love that.
But yeah, that's great. And there really is only one person left to catch up on to see what they have been doing during this year. Celise, we kind of turn to you. And what has Celise been doing in the past year as the rivals rep has been growing in Waterdeep?
Celise has had a rough year. After the way that the fight with Gross ended and realizing everyone had kind of played her, she took a trip to try to get back with Tyr and talk to him and see if she could work through, the fact that she did not uphold her values, even as a paladin of vengeance. And so she spent a lot of time communing with Tyr and kind of being upfront with the fact that Blood Hunter wasn't her thing. And she is on good terms with Tyr again. And he's given her a different path of communing with nature, shall we say.
So while you were away, your communing were you communing? Do you see her communing in a temple, a place? Was she essentially, I'm off to the woods, see y'all later?
A little column A, a little column B. After she got right with Tyr, he sent her out into the woods to see if she could get in touch with nature and see how she did out there, and also as a way to cleanse her of using the power of blood.
Huh. Okay. So I don't know. I kind of see Celise as she has made that connection. She feels it in herself, and she is thinking about her new direction, and perhaps she actually is perhaps she actually is communing in. Let's say she put some distance between herself and Waterdeep and everything, so that she had no distractions. She cleared her mind. She was just in some small, not woodside exactly, but hamlet with a temple, and she's communing. And as she is thinking about everything that's happened, everything that brought her to this point, her betrayals, her essentially feeling used by the universe.
Mm-hmm.
She's just sitting there, perhaps mulling it over, looking out, kind of middle distance staring. And she just hears a voice next to her. Hi, what you doing?
And she turns around. I'm thinking, who are you?
And what Celise sees is she sees a young boy who is dressed in, fairly regular, town folk clothes, but he's got like one hat that kind of, he can't quite get right with it, and it keeps like slipping over one eye and keeps pushing it back and it keeps slipping over one eye again, and he's like, I was just wondering what you're doing in here. It's really quiet. It's nice. Are you thinking?
Yeah, quietly.
What are you thinking about?
Stuff.
And he stops for a minute, like he's gonna go, what kind of stuff?
Adult things. Where are your parents?
I don't know. I'm old enough to go off on my own. I just like to meet people and talk to people.
How old are you?
Almost 10.
So where do you live? I'm in the middle of the forest.
I live nearby. Sometimes it feels like I live everywhere.
Okay. I'm just thinking about a lot of things.
Oh. I don't know. People usually come in here and they think about life. They think about stuff. They think about life stuff. Are you thinking about life stuff?
Yeah. That's what I was doing.
What kind of life stuff?
Things that you're not old enough to know about.
Oh, well, that's
You're
not very
10.
nice. Well, maybe I'm almost 11.
Murder? Do you want to hear about murder?
Oh, that's when people aren't around anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bad way to not be around.
Oh no. Were there a lot?
Yeah, there's a lot because I'm a lot older than you.
Oh,
I've
no.
done a lot of the murder.
Oh, you did that. Oh.
Some of them, yes.
That's not good.
No, that's why I'm out here thinking alone.
Well, no, you're not alone anymore. I'm here to say hi.
You said hi.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of murders. It's like, doesn't really seem fair.
Life isn't fair. You'll learn that soon enough.
Oh. Did you learn that yet?
I learned that a long, long time ago.
Oh. Well, what if... Well, have you figured out a way to make it fair yet?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because I guess if they're murdered, people are gone. It's not great.
No.
Maybe you could stop people from being gone.
That's what I'm planning to do when I go back to my friends.
Oh. Do you know how many people that would be? I bet that's like a lot of, you said a lot of murders. Is that a lot of people?
It's enough. I'll spend a long time making it better.
Wow. Will it make you better?
We can hope. I can only do what's best and figure it out.
Well, I hope it makes you better. Sometimes it's really good to, I don't know, like balance things out. Like when you're playing, and like sometimes you let your friends win, and then sometimes they let you win, and sometimes like neither of you, but then sometimes both of you win. And it's really nice when in the end everything balances out. You know, that seems just and fair.
And Celise blinks when this kid says this and looks at them. You're no ordinary child, are you?
Pretty smart, aren't you?
On occasion.
Hmm.
You don't talk like a 10-year-old.
Well, it doesn't really always take the wisdom of an adult to know how justice works in the world, does it?
No. So who are you?
And for the briefest moment, you hear, not from him, but you hear in your soul, you know who I am, Celise. You feel that you have made that. It's like you felt that connection. This is literally putting the two extension cords together. Like, you got a direct line. You just have to not treat this kid like crap. Or, do.
No. And she just smiles and says, interesting test to come here as a kid.
Well, I figured, if an adult came in talking to you about murder, you might just smack them. That's not nice.
Well, it's not nice, but I would know if they want to murder me first. Why am I talking to you like this? I know you are.
And
so,
the child sits down next to you. The child sits down next to you because the jig is up, and just kind of shimmering. You now are sitting next to, you're sitting next to an older gentleman who has dreadlocks, and they're kind of coming down over one eye, and he looks to you and says, "Yeah, it's interesting when you finally realize that there might be a way to balance the scales, huh?"
Yeah. What I've been doing out here, although if you'll indulge me, why come to be out here, not at the temple?
I feel like you needed to get outside of yourself. You were looking so hard for connections. You were looking in such obvious places, but here you can reflect and perhaps find a new path. You're surrounded by different influences here, away from the city, away from people.
Yeah. Trust me, I've had a lot of regret over what's happened over the last couple of years. So.
Regret is tough. It can eat away at us. And as you now know, vengeance has its cost.
Absolutely.
Your own story only repeated the cycle for someone else.
Yeah.
So I am pleased that you are thinking of a change.
Well, I don't think I have much choice in it, because going down that path would lead me to a bad end.
So let us say that you're a stone who's rolled to the bottom of a valley. You can now decide which path forward do you take. But let's say from here on, they're all moderately uphill.
Well, not the blood path. That hasn't gotten me very far in a good way. And blood magic is so draining, literally.
I don't honestly truck with it, but it does seem to help a lot of people when they're looking for vengeance, so I can certainly understand.
Well, I've gotten my vengeance, and it was As the saying goes, a dish served cold, but it was glacial in my case.
So then, not blood.
Not
What else in this moment, in this time, speaks to you?
greener path. One that I'm discovering in being out here, having a chance to think alone and look upon nature and commune with you. And there's a lot of animals around that have come by, not quite coming up to me, but they've been far more interested than normal city animals.
It's true. They don't fear you.
No, I'm surprised.
Perhaps they sense in you a bit of what I sense and what you yourself are realizing, that there are other ways, other paths, other ways to find that redemption within yourself.
Yeah, I just hope that when I get back to the others that they'll let me tag along as I try to fix things.
He laughs. The entire building starts shaking. Those others. Oh, I do enjoy watching you all.
Should I be concerned or afraid?
I suspect that they will accept you just fine.
All right. All right. I don't. At least hangs her head for a minute because she's not sure what else she can say. I mean, this is Tyr. Tyr knows her heart. What do you see? Do you see any actual hope for me?
Oh, there's always hope. But sometimes you have to believe in it. I admit sometimes I see a lot, but I don't see everything. I can't tell how I can't tell how mortals will forge their own path. But for you, I do see that there is light at the end of the, and he pauses for a moment, forest. Let's say forest. So perhaps you should stop trying so hard and see what lies ahead of you. Sometimes you can relax, you can let go, and just see where things take you.
Do my best. After all, I'm merely human.
I must say, your rivals are some of my favorites.
I'm glad we amuse you. Because I don't want your wrath again.
I honestly don't like the wrath either. Trust me, some gods, they revel in it. For me, it always seemed unfair. Again, it's the whole balance thing. I really like to make sure that if you're sinking, that you're given a chance to float, to swim, and then to fly. You've been wanting to connect, to hear from me. This is that moment. Look ahead. Stay true in your path. I feel that your choices will be the right ones.
I thank you for that. Thank you for showing yourself and speaking with me.
Well, you'd been looking for so long and it seemed like it hadn't taken you anywhere good. I figured I'd better show up and say something. And with that, he kind of does the standing forward to get up and walk out. And he looks at you very solemnly, and then turns to leave, as like a normal person would, out the actual door, and not just appearing behind you. So he's slowly walking away.
I'll follow out and just kind of watch to see if he either just disappears or just walks off in the forest.
And he does. You see, as he, he's almost aware you're following him. He kind of quirks upside, and you hear another slight chuckle, and he walks off, and he walks into off the path maybe steps off, and then is gone. It's just you and the forest.
Well, with that, Celise feels much lighter. She feels like that was what she was waiting on. And she, a little spring in her step, sits outside and finds a couple branches and takes her knife and starts working.
So Celise she's had her chat. She's kind of had her connection, quite literally, and she is taken to nature. At that point, where in the year would you have said that is? Because it's been a year, so you could have spent the year away doing your thing. Did you come back and want to do anything else after coming back and saying, "Hey, what's up"?
She spent a few months away. Once Gazzrik was back, she took her time away, and it was probably at least a few weeks to get to this hamlet and back. And she slowly made her way, kind of attuning herself to nature and the creatures she's come across as she made her way back to Trollskull.
It's almost like we're seeing a different Celise walk through that front door.
You are. She still likes the look of the blood hunter. So she still has that black leather coat.
That's a whole move for Ken. Ken is like, yes, it's still on.
Oh.
Yes. But instead of her hair being done kind of like in this severe French braid, her locks are either down or they're in a ponytail, and she's got a hairpin that, from behind just looks like a nice little decorative thing. It's actually shaped in the rune of Tyr. And that's what's kind of holding her hair up. And she seems looser and calm. The one thing you notice is that she now has a lovely longbow on her back.
And as you've returned, you essentially see Virgil wandering from the library with a drink in hand, and he just looks and notices and it's like, "Oh, welcome back. You look a little different. What's that about?"
I was out in the forest. There wasn't a hot bath to be found.
Oh, well, then I guess you're glad to be home.
No, I'm better. Let's just say that me and Tyr are back on speaking terms.
Oh, good. And you can kind of see his brow furrow a little bit in relief, like kind of wants to be like, but holding it in. All right, Celise has returned. She has returned with a new look. She's got a bow.
She's not got her sword, but she's got a bow too.
Oh, I wonder what we'll see that do later. What do bows do?
Eugenio,
what do bows do?
I have no idea. I think they are. I can't even come up with a joke. Tanya, do you want to let us know the mechanical changes, just the class changes to Celise, or we can? It's up to you. But that was
sure.
Beautiful and stunning. But if we want to just tell folks what your new lineup is.
Sure. Celise is now 10 levels of paladin and 6 levels of ranger.
And your oath changed, right? For your paladin, as you communed with Tyr, you kind of you were Oath of Vengeance, which we know Celise's story, but Celise got her vengeance. So what has she pledged to Tyr now?
An Oath of Redemption.
Which I love. I think that's beautiful. Cool. Hey, everybody's home. Yay. I love it. So you're back. You've all been doing all of these busy things. Celise, you're probably the last one to you went the furthest. Even Ket and Virgil may have returned to Cara Dune, but came back fairly quickly. They weren't going to spend a ton of time out there. So you're sort of the last to arrive to return in sort of a permanent fashion. Things continue on as we've mentioned. And then one day, you all are awakened by quite a bustle in the manor. And Duo sort of collects you all and looks very guilty. And when you're all collected without making eye contact at any of you, Brian is also there, and Brian says, you all have to now. Okay, you all have to remind me.
Wait.
Did Brian have a voice?
Kind of it's kind of robotic.
A monotone.
It was a bit
Yeah,
flat
yeah,
news. It was a
monotone.
flat
That's what I
newscastery. Yeah.
So I thought.
Yeah.
So Brian sort of puts a hand on Duo's shoulder and looks to you all and says, Duo has something he would like to say to you all. And again, will not lift his head, and Duo says, oh, wait, hold on, I need a second.
Oh, a muted duo, a muted
Sorry,
voice.
I just needed I needed to remember it so that it wasn't like Irish.
Hey, you can make Duo Irish. I'd be down with it. I would be down with it. I mean, it's been a year. It's been a year.
He's had a tough time, you know.
So Duo says, I mean, well, there's good news. I have good news. We're gonna make a lot of money because all of Troll Skull got rented out.
What?
Yeah, they rented the whole thing.
Our
we
rooms too?
Wait,
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can, no, not your personal rooms, but they've rented out the whole rest of the space.
Wait, dude,
Isn't that good?
You keep saying they. Who is they?
Well, it's gonna be great, okay? I promise. It's a little group. It's fine. They call themselves the Rivals of Waterdeep Coterie of Notables, or what do they call it for short? I want you to say this, Brian, because you came up with it.
I believe the name on the reservation was Rivalscon.
Yeah, so we got Rivalscon this weekend. They're setting up right now for opening ceremonies.
I'm sorry, what?
Duo, you gave me no time to prepare. We're short on all of our stocks, so I've got to go. Oh my God! You see, like Gazzrik just books it out of the room. He's like, actually, I need more information to properly prepare. What else did you get us into?
I mean, I think Brian can show you their itinerary of events for the next 3 days. It's
3 days. 3 days.
Wait, they're coming tomorrow? We have no. What?
Oh, Duo, if Duo could sink into the floor at that comment, he would. And he just shakes his head and goes, no, they're coming later today.
What? Oh my God.
I just got home.
Oh
God. And Celise is like sitting there, she's thinking, Tyr, does it break my oath if I chuck him out the street?
Duo, do we have enough food, like resources to support this? Did you prepare
absolutely.
for that?
Absolutely. We got, Mr. Gazzrik, I don't know if I've ever called you that before, but I do now, has had all kinds of stuff laid away. Merchandise, we're ready for there. And the best news is, these folks, they did a 4-wall contract. We don't have to provide anything that they've just rented the space and they're taking care of everything. We can sell merch as we want. Also, I volunteered one of you to give the opening night speech. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But other than that, we don't have to do anything.
Okay. Duo, keep calling me Mr. Gazzrik, first and foremost.
No.
Second, give me the contract. How you there? Please tell me you got this all in writing. Please let me see this.
Brian probably has it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he hands it over. And then I just want to confirm everything that he said. And there's no loopholes here. Like there's or anything like that. Yeah.
Are there, Brian?
We will not. We did not make the mistake we did allowing others access to your home last year. They are restricted to the public areas and provided many of their own stands, stalls, banners, and booths, while also procuring from us lucrative catering contract for food and soft beverages.
So, okay.
All right. Can we keep them as far away from that portal as possible? Like, it's been a little unstable. I don't want any of these guests to. Yeah, I mean, like you know how it goes at these cons. People get overly curious and they start looking at things that they shouldn't be, trying to test certain areas? Is there any way we can secure?
Oh, you mean like
this?
you?
Oh no! I get permission for it, so that's fine.
You didn't get my permission for anything.
I always ask.
I was in the forest.
Yeah, that's implicit. Implicit permission.
No,
I don't want to interrupt this because it's great. But while this is going on, can I have everybody make wisdom perception checks, please?
Okay. Wait, wisdom or perception?
Perception.
Oh, you sat on 18 and then you rolled a 4.
No,
it's a 9. It's a 9 total. It would have been a 23, but it's a 9.
Right.
Nice.
I got a dirty 20 as well.
Nice.
I got a dirty 21.
Nice. Okay, so everyone but Gazzrik,
I'm looking at the contract. I'm too busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's still excited about that Mr. Gazzrik comment. His head's so big. His head's so big, he's floating.
I'm 12 feet tall now. Yeah.
You all see a couple of times some of the Rivalscon organizers like carrying stuff like start to come up the stairs to where you all
they're coming in.
See,
oh my God.
They're setting up. But some of them start to come upstairs and see you all and like have a moment where they like freeze. They look like they want to say something and they're like, no, I got a job to do. And they go back downstairs. But it happens like 2 or 3 times.
And yeah, based on the contract that Mr. Gazzrik is reviewing, they mostly got the common areas of the main floor. So living quarters are, Duo and Brian have pulled out the stanchions like you would anyhow. They basically like, this is off limits. There's a small section of the upstairs that is roped off for people to stand for portraiture, but your actual room areas are blocked off.
So good.
Okay. I love that.
Do we want well, I'm going to turn to, this is probably the most pertinent question to Celise and Dahani over here. Do we need any additional security, like guards? And
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Give me a moment.
Can we maybe call some of the? Are you still cool with the Castellaners? Dahani?
Actually. I was just thinking that they were looking for ways to help us out, and this is a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, or the I think I'm pronouncing this right. The Langolans?
Langolans, yeah.
The yes. Langolans. Maybe we can make some calls and get some emergency day of security sent over.
Oh God, they're gonna be the people that ask you like 8 times for your ID and don't believe your ticket's real.
Yeah. Can you turn your badge around, please?
Right.
You joke.
Do you have a lanyard? Do you have a lanyard?
Yeah. Are there? Are these people badged up? Like the people that are bringing the stuff in, they have.
Oh yeah.
Lanyards and badges.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In Rivals colors and everything.
Boy.
Yeah, so you can certainly get the my brain just short-circuited. You can certainly get the Castellaners to provide additional security. No problem. There also are, to give Duo and probably more Brian credit where it's due, like they do seem to have negotiated a contract that like mostly lets you all off the hook, mostly has important safety things, covered. Certainly a few extra security guards that are on your payroll are not going to hurt anything. But it actually looks like, they things are fairly organized. You do see that great big, opening remarks by a rival of Waterdeep, TBD, that just sort of looms off the itinerary page for you all. But yeah, that's sort of where that is. So I don't know if there's any other preparations that you all or things that you want to do, but the con starts. Opening statements are, in a few hours.
Oh my God.
Okay.
My goodness.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Duo effed this one up.
Okay. Who's the best at talking off the cuff?
Kent just sort of looks around.
Don't worry, y'all. I got this.
No.
No.
Fine. It's fine. Whatever.
We're new here, so I don't think we should.
You know what?
speak
Celise
here
has got it because she's not going to allow the Q&A to get ridiculous.
Oh, good point.
First
Shall
person
I-
who's like, this is more of a comment than a question.
And then they see like vines wrap up and carry them out of the room.
Shall I inform the organizers who shall be giving the remarks?
Me and I want to meet these organizers.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I love that. So you can go to meet the organizers, Dahani, Gazzrik, Shaka, I guess Kent and Virgil, since we are still there. Anything that we're doing in this little interim while Celise is chatting with the organizers about her opening statements.
Well, I have to go to the kitchen. I have so much food to prepare. Is there anything else you all need from me in the meantime before I get to... Yeah, we have so much food to make. We have no idea how many people are coming to this con now. Oh my goodness, y'all.
Well, go do the food.
Okay.
First off, hold on. Why are we providing food when we didn't agree to this? There are restaurants down the street.
It's in the contract. It's in the contract. We have to do
That
it.
none of us signed.
Oh, I know.
For what it's worth, they're paying you very well for that food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Gazzrik's the
and-
big thing. It's like, well, I don't want to give that back up.
I'm trying so hard not to meta real life experiences right now.
Yeah,
It's fantasy.
Mostly. Yeah.
yeah, and like I think Duo did sign it like with as a representative of us,
Of course.
kind
Oh
of.
my God.
So we are kind
yeah.
of.
We got to get that
Maybe I
stamp
can-
away from him.
Maybe I can also ask the Castellanters if they can provide some sort of. They have a big house and do cooking. Maybe
No.
they can help us with that.
No one helps me in my kitchen but myself. And then
my
Gazzrik can't cast on an 8th level conjure minor elementals and
Perfect
create
spell use.
what's it called?
Hell yes.
So it's 4, and then I do 3 times as many. So I create 12 ice methods.
Oh
And
my
it says,
God,
"All right,
yes.
boys, to the
My
kitchen."
God.
Yes.
And I've got a bunch of like tiny little like ice elemental.
Cooking.
Exactly. Oh, this is going to be great.
That's it.
And
Please,
then-
drive right.
We're gonna melt. Oh, it's hot in this
Oh, those
No,
webs are
no.
going to be so cheesy. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I love it.
I take me and my spirits off.
We got Gazzrik off rallying the ice troops to cook.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dahani rallying the Castellanters.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna go outside, either outside or sort of in a vantage point, because I want to see if I can see if there's like a crew of people that are approaching the manor.
So which is it? Are you going outside or are you finding a vantage point from inside? Because
Yeah. If I go outside, I might get mobbed if there are.
The
people
manor has
outside.
Has
Yeah.
the tower.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a vantage point. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to like the second or third floor. I imagine it's sort of like like those scenes where you see like Michael Jackson at a hotel room or something, or some big star.
Let's not. Yeah, that's not a good reference.
peeking through the
yeah.
element. All right.
Yeah.
What does he see? Let's see. I think it is exactly what you were afraid of. It is a multi-layered line circling the block around Troll Skull of excited people. And go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, in the past year, you have become quite well known and revered in Waterdeep and a little beyond. So there are a lot of people outside.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Do I see
And-
any kind of like anybody anyone that appears to be working to wrangle these people is there any order, or is it just a mass of people waiting to funnel into the front door?
They have been given whatever the Waterdavian equivalent of line etiquette is. It is there waiting on that rival's iPhone. They very neatly, there's conversations between people. You can see people very excited. You can see, bags and things like they're well behaved. There are a lot of people. The first floor of Troll Skull Manor will be not 100% packed, but it will be quite full.
Okay.
I will also say, Shaka, that as you're looking at this crowd of people, you sort of notice something, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then as you really start to stare out, you see the majority of these attendees who are excited to come into Rivalscon are absolutely cosplaying us.
Are they cosplaying us well?
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Is it a variety?
It is a variety. It is a very realistic variety of cosplay skills, but there is no doubt. And I think with that, with the four of you sort of out, sort of figuring out what's going on, and Shaka, I'm so sorry I cut you off, Shaka. Now that you know that, is there something else you wanted to do?
No. I'm just gonna go back in and tell people what I saw. That's all.
Great. So yeah, I think with Rivalscon looming on the horizon, Celise chosen for the opening speech, the rest of you getting things ready. I think that's where we'll leave our first episode of season 11 of Rivals of Waterdeep.
That was amazing.
Man.
Heck yeah.
This has been awesome. Thank you all. It is so good to be back playing with you all.
Oh my gosh. Woof. Also, woof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Can we please now look, this is new to me because I've never co-DM'd, but y'all have seen me behind the screen before. This incredible human down below me, that was his first time below the DM screen. Can we please have a round of applause?
No, oh God, don't be nice. I'm gonna cry. Stop it.
Yes, truly, it was awesome. It was
So
beautiful.
great.
I
So good.
love playing with you and DMing with you, Brian. It was great. Please know that was awesome.
Can we get a round of applause for Brian?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We all
Applause in the
suck.
chat.
We all clapped in a circle. It's way too fast.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
I was gonna say everybody did, didn't they? Yes,
We're all terrible people. We all know that.
No, we're not. We're not.
Okay. Wait, what are we doing? Oh, we outros. Oh no, wait. Wait, is it questions first or outros? Wait.
We got about 10 minutes. So if we want to do questions, we can grab a couple of those before we run out of time. Oh God, LaTia, we always do this wrong. What's the command?
It's I'll do it right.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
singular,
you.
and I always make it plural.
Thank you.
No, it is plural. It's rivals.
Oh, it is plural.
Question.
Rivals
Yes.
question.
Yeah. The arrivals is plural. The question is singular. Yes.
Got it. So yeah, reminder: those are for the characters. We'll only be able to. We only have time to grab a couple this week, but we'll try to be sure that we reserve time for that in the future. But we could not tell you all about Rivalscon today.
I feel nervous as if that is actually happening. Like I feel like
We need a plan around. No.
like
wait,
someone actually booked a day of con in my place of residence. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
I love it.
You know what I'm terrified of now?
What's that?
There's gonna be like part of my phrasing on it, but they're gonna be doppelgangers. Like there's literally gonna be like we're not gonna be to recognize one another. From like the back, it's like, is that Dahani? No, that person's 6 feet tall. That's not right. Like
it's fine. Brian definitely didn't plan mechanics for that exact situation during Rivalscon or anything.
No, stop.
Yeah, y'all are all out here. Y'all are out here like, oh yeah, Eugenio, and I'm like, actually, I wrote that.
I should have expected that from you.
Yeah.
I credit and blame where it's due. Tell me. So we got a couple of questions coming in. Let's see. There's one for Kent that I think was the first one we saw from King Sundew. How ready is Kent to judge the cosplay? Kent is not super ready to judge the cosplay because Kent is trying to figure out how he can compete in the cosplay. So
He's going to be Charlie Chaplin.
He hasn't decided if he wants to compete as himself or as one of you, though. I will say that. Let's see. The next one that I see. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to answer Canuck because it's not an in-character question.
I can answer it in character though, if you would give me the opportunity.
I mean, you could, but it's not something we can actually answer right now. But
That's
go ahead.
Fair. I just say, I'm sorry, I do not understand what is Idol's champion, and do I play it on a board? Do I play it on a ship? I'm not really quite sure.
Are they calling us idle? We've been very busy this past year. That is
exactly.
We've been so busy.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's see. We got one specifically for Celise. Yes. Are you ready to sit down and talk with Shaka? Which is funny because you and I talked about that as we were prepping for the season a little bit. But you're supposed to answer in character, not as Tanya. Sorry, I forgot.
Sorry, my brain went one way when it should have gone the other way. I didn't have a word with Shaka about this invasion of privacy thing he's on, because my room is off limits and I gave no consent to be in my room. So should I find he's been in my room? Well, he and I need to have a talk, because just being in Revel's End for a few weeks, it doesn't make him that tough. We're going to talk about this narc thing. One way or the other.
Sounds like she's ready.
Wow.
All right.
Let's see. You got one for us, Brian? I've lost my place in the...
Oh goodness. Oh, this one's...
Sorry to spring that on you.
No, that is okay. Mr. Gazzrik, what personal specialty are you cooking up in the kitchen for the con guests?
Well, it depends on all of the different figures that they sell out. Actually include a little bio on the back, and it includes their favorite dish that I make of theirs. And so a lot of them love ice spider soup. They won't tell you, but a lot of the rivals just love my ice spider soup. So I'm going to amazingly make that.
Amazing. Let's see. We got a question for Duo and Brian, which is, are they the Rivals PR managers now? I mean, since you directed the question at Duo and Brian, the answer is, oh yeah, for sure. But I'm not sure that's the same answer.
I imagine that we must stand in their place.
Yeah, what he said. Sorry, he's down there, except he's up there because I'm a little kobold. That got confusing. Let's see. Oh, okay, I like this one. Hey, Celise. Now, this is not your DMs telling you have to do a panel, but if you were to do a panel as Celise, what would your panel be about?
Oh boy, making friends and influencing gods in disguise.
What a great panel title.
A great title.
I feel called out.
Great title.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Did I miss any? We could maybe toss in one more if I missed one.
Wait. I think we had maybe.
There was a question about if there will be age-appropriate programming blocks for child tier and friends. I feel like that's a thing that friends of the rivals would do. So yeah.
Yes, there will be activities for the younger well-wishers. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. All right. Well, we'll close out those questions for this week and go around. This is a busy, awesome crew who are doing all kinds of things during the week between sessions. So we should find out what they're up to. So let's go around and let people know who you are, where they can find you on the internet, and what you're up to these days. Should we reverse it?
I guess. Wait. How
do you want to do it?
Let's start.
We'd start with me and then go.
Yeah, let's start with Tanya. Go back around.
All right. Great. 11.
Hi, I'm Tanya, secretary on the internet. This week, you can find me with Eugenio. I think he's that way. I'm not sure. For the penultimate episode of season 3 of Into the Motherlands over on my channel, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. The next day, if you like horror in your D&D, come over for my poor character suffering before they go to the Feywild, and she's a drow dump here. She's not having a good day.
I love it.
And that's with our friends DJ Knight, Mark Meir, B. Dave Walters, causing all of us angst and woe over on all the official D&D channels, also at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. Dungeons and Do-Rags, TBD. I know everyone's traveling and getting busy again, gigs, etc. So there may be Dungeons and Do-Rags today, there may not. We'll tweet about it if there is. And then on my channel, I've been bitten by the New World bug, hashtag sponsored for some of it. Along with other folks. But tomorrow, you can catch me on my channel with a sneak peek to Far Cry 6, the latest offering in the Far Cry series. And disclosure, I did consult on the game. So I'll be doing a little commentary as we go through, but we can start playing at 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific. So come on by.
Yeah. Brian, I've lost track. Who's next?
think it's me.
Gazzrik.
Right?
Masood.
Yeah.
Wait, are we calling you by your character name or by your actual name?
Honestly, it's in par for
Mr.
me.
Mr. Masood?
Mr.
Mr.
Masood.
Masood.
That feels condescending.
I refuse. I absolutely refuse.
Hey y'all, I'm Masood. It's so nice to be back at this table and playing with y'all. It's been so long. Right now, honestly, this is the only show I got going on. I'm doing a lot of stuff in my life as like a comedian and like acting world that I'll talk about a little bit later as we're going through this process. But otherwise, it's been a blast. You won't see me next week because I'll be out at a wedding, but I'll be back the week after. And otherwise, you can keep an eye on everything that I got going on my Twitter and Instagram at Marudboy, MHRUDBOI. Man, it's been good to be back.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
LaTia.
Lahani.
Lahani, I like it.
Wow.
I can keep it. Hi everybody. You can find me across the internet at LaTia Jacquise, except for the places where I'm not. I will be doing some streaming this week. Keep an eye on my Twitter to find out when, where, and why. And that's pretty much it. Well, I've got you can find me on Fridays at twitch.tv/rockpunchatl for Tompo for at least the rest of October. You'll also if you're gonna be at GameholeCon, I'll be there and I'll be talking about that for the next couple of weeks. I'm doing a couple of panels that still have seats, I think. So keep an eye out for those. And other than that, I'm super happy to be back in this space with these people doing these things. I can't believe you gave us a convention, and I'm so excited to see what's about to happen. So let's go.
Shareef.
Hey, I'm Shareef. You can find me at ShareefJackson.com, ShareefJackson.com, or Shareef Jackson on all social networks. Trouble in Techburg, the Kids on Bike show that I jammed for, just wrapped up season 2.
Nice.
But you could check out all the archives on Pixel Circus's YouTube page, so youtube.com/Pixel Circus, or on their Twitch and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, all that good stuff that they have there where they post clips. And I believe they have a TikTok as well because they put us on. I'm in a TikTok video. Yay.
Say it. Can you say it sounding any older though? Can you say it?
When I'm trying to use TikTok, TikTok, I definitely feel 40.
Explaining how you're going to explain to your child about this in a few years. Yeah. And still doing the gaming stream every Tuesday. Wasn't able to do it last Tuesday. I was a little sick, but still plan on doing that as well. And I might be starting a Mage the Ascension campaign. So there'll be some more details on that soon as well. I'll be joining the World of Darkness with that stuff and this very long rule book. But I am looking forward to that. And I will be a dad in a couple of weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
So that's popping up soon. So if you see me in and out of the show, it's because of those kind of things. So super excited. So that's what I got going on.
Love it. And that gets to the two of us. I'm Eugenio. You can find me on the internets at DM Jazzy Hands, primarily on Twitter and here on Twitch. What do we have going on? Let's see. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am still streaming Mass Effect 3 now on my channel. It's a good time. We're going through the games I've never played before. My surprise is apparently delightful to some people. And by surprise, I mean screams. So come hang out in my channel Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday, as Tanya said, is our penultimate episode of season 3 of Into the Motherlands. I'm very excited about that. So that's Wednesday evening, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Tanya's channel, Cypher of Tyr. And every Wednesday, I'm actually hopping off as soon as we're done here to go record a few more episodes, because every Wednesday, my D&D podcast releases new episodes called The Last Refuge. We are on the downslope toward the end of the campaign. I'm very excited. So check us out wherever you get your podcasts. I think that's everything from me.
Nice. Oh, well, hi. I'm Brian, aka Urban Bohemian everywhere. I have been very pleased to be your co-DM for episode 1 of season 11. It's gonna be really exciting. And I'm also like, whew, I have a late brunch ready. I have brunch ready for me because I'm like, I deserve that now. I stream on my own channel, twitch.tv/urbanbohemian, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. Currently, this Tuesday, I'm going to be looking at the updated demo of Arcade Spirits, the new challengers, as part of Steamfest. And then later on in the week, I will also be looking at Far Cry 6. And then Sunday, it'll be back to Animal Crossing per usual. And then later next Sunday, you will find me back here, back in this chair for Rivals.
That is us for this week. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Please come back next week. We have lots more in store, and we're very excited about it. But in the meantime, we are going to raid, and I read who we were raiding in our backstage chat. And now thank you. We're going to raid Imperial. Nice. Spread the Rivals love over there on Imperial's channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Be good over there. Spread the love, and we will see you next week. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Happy gaming, y'all.
Peace.